Josh Alshama is facing us. Brittany Weiss with her squad returning all 4 members from last year's third. I don't like the color bronze. They decided it's something new for Invictus. Typically they don't set wants to go team and then as they train, pick their. This 4 from day 1 is our group.
And they knew their goal. They are not being shy about it. They came here to
What is it like in this 2 minutes when you try to recover?
Spike through the roof, your legs are burning up. You had walking. You see these athletes walking back, trying to catch their breath, trying to arms or legs so that they can go for the next round.
Jeremy, that's how he ripped those handles.
Oh, Jorge, just getting that hip out of the ski erg ropes as he can to get every. Normally with this sort of thing, you're going to get 1 calorie per the pull. The more calories are going to tick over, the less time you'll spend before you have to go to your overhead squats.
Right, he's going to get a big pulse for some of these athletes, especially when fatigue being close to their chest.
Is this a similar pull? You're sort of pulling down on the rope, although your body weight is affects you.
When you compare this to the prefer to get those elbows tucked into the body as close. Ski erg, the elbows are able to get out a little bit wide. The strongest part of the pull for both of those movements. It's where those lats now have to stabilize a weight as well as a that center of your body. We can get that barbell, the easier the
5 more reps, and then Invictus, they just got a critical no rep there. You before time runs out, and then you can advance the barbell. That's with 2 more seconds in this interval.
Jamie mentioned the need. Yes, athletes really coming off that start line. Second pairing really racing to position. Invictus know from last year, is absolutely crucial and trying to take that lead back from OBA.
Into this weekend, they had said every place matters. So test, so they know all those little seconds are going to add place.
There are cuts, so you need to make sure cut line. After 2 days, after 3.
Start and how weather affected this test number 10 from games. The cloud covers come over now, so the sun is way up though, so that's going to affect the grip strength as well on the ski erg. But once you get to the barbell, that's going to get a little bit the sweat a little bit more.
Move fast, lift heavy is the first team in with Lauren.
Hernandez and his hamstring injury, it really meant we never got a true sense of final level. Same goes for CrossFit Oslo Navy Blue. Has been harboring a hip and a back issue, and Nikolai semi-finals with severe flu. He was so disorientated. Move him around the floor. So these are 2 teams who both perhaps struggled a bit in semi-finals and what they're capable of.
Lauren, thank you. Jeremy, that sounds like you at the gym.
Very disorientated regardless.
Invictus is crushed. To know, there are a lot of really good teams out on the. Did East Nashville prove it? Move fast, lift heavy. Invictus is kind of throwing down in a wide open field with no Rich Froning and no CrossFit Mayhem. The throat in test 1. It's a big tone.
Where we saw some of these legless rope climbs break down, and it's like all of these athletes are staying strong. They're pulling that legless and controlling it nice on the way down.
Nashville proven. Part of that Mayhem. Combine Andrea Nisler and Taylor Williamson to ever compete as a unit on teams competition, and
Absolutely not. Everyone knows when you're going up against
Invictus in front, Navy 11 overhead squats. Is East Nashville proven first to the barbell, if only by a couple? They're lifting with first-time team athletes.
Interestingly, though, Invictus have got the benefit of having done, or Oslo Navy Blue, another team that's done this as well, of how it's going to affect them, but they haven't got the. They have got a lot of upper body fatigue they've got to deal with.
End of our 5th interval. 5 teams at 100 or more reps. East Nashville. This is at 110. Time being a flat circle. And the 2 Mayhem ladies from a year ago just race at the finish. Oh, Nelly.
Mufasa 8 is still in touch, so this is going to be a great battle. And what a test to start things off for teams, and this has been a on day 4 last year.
and Move Fast Lift Heavy has the 4 of them, so that plays a big factor in staying calm. Can make it up towards the end, saving a little bit of room in the tank.
Chloe Govind-David is the newest member for Move Fast Lift Heavy. The other 3 returned from last year. Chloe was on Pro 1 Montreal in previous seasons.
And they're doing exactly what their name says. Move fast, lift heavy. Here they come. First ones to their barbells.
And that's where the timing becomes critical, right? You just did 3 overhead squats, had to drop the bar and advance because you couldn't get to the end of the segment by the last interval. So it's a couple of critical seconds as Move Fast Lift Heavy tries to play catch up here with Tola Maracanyo and Taylor Williamson. East Nashville proven they're going to work here, and Invictus's barbell is still untouched. Brittany Weiss and Josh Elshama have run into some trouble back at the ring.
I controlled it! Huh?
And I don't know who Josh is yelling to coach-wise back behind the line, but Invictus is running into some issues with the rope as Jorge Fernandez gets back to work with Devin Kim. Here's Elshama. Failure on the rope is deadly. Oh, that's gonna burn, and they said no rep for the height of it?
I think potentially even the slide down, because you've got to grip that rope as a safety factor as well all the way down, so that slide is going to be absolutely costly. But you think time under tension on that rope, Elshama spending an eternity getting that 1 rep done.
And hand over hand is the standard. That sliding isn't allowed, but being able to get 0 reps in that round on those overhead squats is very costly for this team.
So a no rep, he has no skin left on his hands. And he now has a 7 rep deficit with East Nashville proven at 117. No one's gonna finish this test at all today. 175 is the target total of the overhead squats.
And getting a no rep on those rope climbs is extremely frustrating, but we're seeing how he's going to respond in his last round.
Now here comes Oslo. 97 reps right now for Avon Ringard and Leona Richter. We have one more 2-minute interval to go when these 20 seconds are done. And Oslo is now onto that 125 square. Move fast, lift heavy is a rep behind East Nashville Proven. Boy, Nisler and Paulson look like they are attached. Final 2 minutes.
And what did we see with East Nashville Proven? They were not in the lead in the first couple of rounds, but they slowly crept up, and here they are.
Are you sure Rich Froning's not on that team? Isn't that the play, right? You bide your time, you play your strategy, and at the end, you finish.
I reckon the girls have still got Rich Froning's voice in their head.
Absolutely, I don't think that ever goes away.
Christian Harris here working for Move Fast, Lift Heavy. It is something we talked about, the Proven crew with. They trained under Rich Froning for several years. And Andrea Nisler and Taylor Williamson are great in their own right, but they get that tutelage. And now that unit trains under Tia Toomey for Proven. And Tola Maracanyo trained under Annie Thorisdottir last year. The coaching of that unit is unreal. And with a minute left to go in this test, you're seeing it on display. A 9-rep lead for the team from Proven.
And probably enough of a buffer for the Proven team just to chip away, knowing exactly where OBA were in the previous heat. They don't need to really exert themselves too much, but they need to make sure that they're extending their lead over.
Well, here's the thing though. East Nashville Proven with 30 seconds to go is still back at the rig. Move Fast Lift Heavy is doing work on the overhead squats. So are the Franco's Misfits. Move Fast Lift Heavy is now 5 reps back. And with 15 seconds to go, Move Fast Lift Heavy. They didn't want to be messed around with, and they are letting people know. Mayhem also in the mix though. Where did Mayhem Independence come from? Talk about the Rich Froning method. What?
We didn't, I don't know if we mentioned them. All eyes were on the East Nashville Proven and this Move Fast Lift Heavy.
132 reps for the team from Mayhem Independence. Time is a flat circle. Move Fast Lift Heavy just ripped second place out of the jaws of victory. Franco's Misfits did a phenomenal job all out as well. 125 reps for them. They equal Move Fast Lift Heavy and East Nashville Proven, but 132 for Mayhem Independence.
Outstanding.
And like we talked about, this field is wide open, and this is going to be proof that it is in for the long haul and a great weekend of competition.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my. Let's take a look at how things, what's in the water in Cookeville? Jeremy, how did it happen?
Great start from the Invictus team. They knew what they were getting themselves into from last year's test number 10. And a very upright squat, exactly what you want to see from that movement. Big hip hinge from Jorge Fernandez to the left of screen. And short, choppy movement. And Al Sharma, that crucial no rep of that slide. That little slide there has cost him dearly. And no rep from East Nashville Proven as well. Jamie Higia mentioned it, respect the rope. But what an outstanding